Hello, good afternoon. We're back here at RIAT talking to Squadron Leader Yoda of 207 Squadron at RAF Marham, an instructor pilot on the F35-B Lightning. So now, can you tell us a bit about the plane? What makes it so much better than the Typhoon next to it?
Well, I mean, so it's a fifth generation fighter, so there's some capabilities that are going to be an advancement on all the fourth gen, but there are advantages to both types, so that's why I've got the mix across combat air. For me, the F-35 proves its worth in the fact that it's low observable, so it's hard to detect. It's got an advanced suite of electronic warfare capabilities and a really advanced radar, so it's really good for us to detect threats. Stealing the show. I love the Reds. So yeah, we've got a good capability of being able to find threats and targets, and then for them not to find us. So we can just essentially go into a higher threat environment than the fourth gen aircraft. So yeah.
Okay, so what's your role in the squadron?
So my role is a qualified flying instructor. So it's my job to teach the guys who've finished advanced fast jet training on the Hawk T2. They'll get streamed across to F-35, and I'm one of the guys to teach them how to fly it and how to fight it. So it starts off with the basics, how to take off and land and get the max performance out of the jet. And once those guys got that nailed down, we'll move on to tactics, whether that's surface, air to surface tactics or air to air, and then finally at the end of the course, they'll be doing mission sets for offensive counter air, defensive counter air, and the rest of it that we do on F-35.
So when you get the new pilots who arrive to train on the aircraft, are the pilots who come fresh from Valley on the Hawk better at converting than the guys who've flown other types of aircraft, or is it
we have a mix of inputs at the moment. So we have guys who've completed NJEPs over in the States. I've had a pilot who's completed flying training in Italy. So there's been a mix of input, but actually largely the standard is the same. There's some nuances with slight differences in the course, but all of the guys that we've had come through have adapted to the jet really well, and they've got here because they work hard and they're capable pilots. So honestly, it's a pleasure to instruct all.
Okay, and how long does it take to become an F-35 pilot?
So from starting the OCU to completion, it's about a year, because there's quite a lot of mission sets for those guys to learn. And yeah, like I said, it goes from just learning how to fly the thing, and that's a large portion of the course, especially with the B model. You're not just learning how to conventionally take off and land. You have to short takeoff, short landing. You have your vertical landings. So it's quite a considerable part of the course just learning to fly the jet. And then you'll move on to your core fundamental skills of surface attack and air to air. Kind of study those in a vacuum, no kind of tactical scenario laid over the top. And then the final element of the course is really where they earn the money, and you'll start adding in a scenario with a threat, and they'll look to get all those core skills, combine them together, and show they can do multiple tasks in one sortie.
So are your F-35 pilots the best in NATO?
That's a good question. I mean, let's say yes. I mean, that's certainly what we're striving for, right? We're not here to mess around, and the output of the students is really high quality. Having gone through the course myself, what's really nice to see is the improvement in the output standard of the OCU. So I'd say now we are outputting definitely the best students that we ever have. I'm looking at the guys that we're graduating, and they are better than I was when I finished this course, which is what we're striving for, right? We're striving for continuous improvement. But the great thing about F-35 is you can do it with all the other F-35 nations. So when these guys graduate and they go onto the front line as wingmen, very quickly they'll be going on exercises to Norway or to North America, and they'll find that actually they're going to execute the same tactics that all these other nations are executing, because it's F-35 standard. So they're high quality pilots that we're outputting.
Okay, so at the moment 617 and 809 Squadron are on HMS Prince of Wales in the Far East. Have you been on the aircraft carrier, and are more jets going to go on the aircraft carrier later this year?
Yeah, so I've personally deployed to the aircraft carriers, both Queen Elizabeth and Prince of Wales, combined for 6 times so far. So it's a challenging place to fly the aircraft, but it's good, it's exciting. But I haven't deployed on high mast yet. There is a plan, I think, for us to take some jets out from the OCU, 6 jets out to augment the guys that are on there, which would be great. That'll be later on in the year for that. And yeah, really looking forward to it. So I think those guys are having a good time away, and we're just back here, cracking on with the OCU, trying to output the next pilots into the front line.
So what's next on the agenda for the F-35 force? What's the next? We've done high mast, it's underway, it's going to be done this year. What is the next? What's the way forward over the next couple of years?
Well, it never really ends. So there's always the next exercise, the next challenge that we're building to. The regular kind of beat on the front line is that you'll go and do a det on the ship, one of the ships, because it's one of our core skills to be able to operate from sea. So usually a month or 2 on the ship, and keep the carrier guys current on operating jets as well. And then they'll probably also be looking to do a land det, either North America, a NATO ally, probably again for about a month, maybe 2 months. I haven't seen their sort of lineup sheet of what they've got fragged, because we're pretty focused on just outputting force growth at 207. But they'll have an exciting time when they get there for sure.
Great, thanks for your help.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.